Hello and welcome to Hump Day Lunch Break Live. I am just looking over to my side here to get some feed going and we will start our project. So today we're going to be doing a fun little Valentine's project, and I will have all the information in the comments and everything of the Facebook Live, and also this will be copied up to YouTube. Just let me know if you're watching it live. Just say hi to me. Let me know where you're from. And also, if you watch on the replay, just go ahead and click on, type replay in the comments. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining me. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel to see all of my videos. And if you click on the notification bell, you will get notified when you're logged in to YouTube that I have a new video to be seen. So let's get going here. Let me just log my computer here so I can see comments. Here we go. And turn off the volume here so you don't hear me twice, because once is enough, right, ladies and gents? Okay, boost there. Okay. Oh, I thought I had that off. Now I have it off. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And one more click and I will have it all set for us. Okay, come on. Well, this is just weird. I can't see my comments. So if you do comment, just bear with me. Okay, so now let's bring out the supplies that we'll need for this project. We will be using our paper trimmer. I have a piece of Highland Heather. This is 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to show you how to cut it down. We'll be using our Sweet Conversations stamp set. This is available in the January to July mini catalog. If you don't have a catalog, let me know. I'll put a link in the comments so that you can actually go ahead and request a catalog. We're going to be using a piece of our Sweet Talk Designer Series paper and our Label Me Fancy Punch, our Seal Plus, and I think that's about it. So let's get started on our project here. So the first thing we're going to do is on our 8.5 by 11, we're going to take off a strip that is 2 1/4 inch wide. So move this to 2 1/4 and just cut that strip down. Okay, this is scrap. You can use it for something else. And this piece is what we'll be doing all of our scoring on. I am going to bring in my scoring tool here. It just makes it easier to see everything. So hopefully you can see this whole thing in my camera area. And the first, so this is 6 1/4 by 11 now. So the first score that we're going to do is 2 5/8. So on this scoring tool, you have the 1/8 inch tick marks here. So go to 5/8 and score straight down. Then we'll go to 5 1/4, score that straight down. We'll go to 7 7/8, and then 10 1/2. Now we're going to turn this and we will score at 2 5/8 on the short side here. All right, just like that. Okay, now we're done with our scoring tool, so we can move that out of the way. I'm going to bring in a pair of scissors here. And now the next thing we're going to do is, before I do that, I'm going to actually take my bone folder here, and I'm going to score, well, burnish along each of my score lines so that I get a nice sharp crease. That's really important when you're doing a 3D project. And then we have our last one over here. All right, so this is the way we want to go. This bottom piece, oops, I didn't burnish that piece right there. This short tab is going to be the bottom of our box. So I like to go ahead and cut these straight up right to that score line. Just like that. Now, on the 2 inside tabs that I have here, I am going to just miter those a little bit. And by mitering, I'm just talking about taking off a little wedge of paper there. It just helps when I'm folding this box together. So let's just go ahead and take a piece off there. Oop. That did not want to cut straight. All right. And it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see that. And this last side right here. So this is a great solution if you need a treat box and don't have a lot of supplies handy, but you have paper. You're going to really enjoy this. So now we don't need this little tab over here, so I can cut that piece off. The little 1/2-inch strip there. And that is just going to be garbage, so we can just throw that right away. Do is I'm going to fold this one up. That's going to be on the inside of our box. So what we'll want to do then is just put adhesive along these 2 tabs here, and then we'll need adhesive on this last tab. This is going to be the very bottom, and we'll need adhesive along this one. So this 1/2-inch tab, fold in and then put your adhesive there. That's going to close off the side of your box. Okay. And if you happen to go over just a little bit on that edge, just curl up that adhesive so it's not sticking out. There we go. Oop. I didn't get adhesive on here. Why is this not coming out? All right. User error, that's all it was. Okay. So I've got some sticking out. I just need to roll it over. All right. So now we're going to start rolling in our box. So I'm going to go ahead and put that piece inside. And I'm just going to start rolling. I like to not press hard when I'm putting this together until I'm ready to seal up the project. So I'm just rolling this along my table so I'm getting a square shape to this. There we go. I'm lining up my side right here. And now I'll line up my bottom. And what I can do is just put my hand in there, kind of rub my hand there. I can take my bone folder too and kind of just rub on the inside of the box there. That will get that adhesive to stick. And just push right down there. Okay, so that is our box so far. The next thing that we'll actually want to do is have a cello bag here. And these are the printed gusseted cello bags. They're in our annual catalog. And we're going to be putting whatever treats we want inside that bag. And that's going to go right in here. So I'm going to put this aside for right now because we want to decorate the front. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of real red cardstock and I'm going to measure this at 6 3/4 by 2 3/8. So I'll bring back in my handy dandy trimmer again. And we'll go to 2 3/8. Now I'm going along the 11-inch side here. So it's right before that, right between the 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. Right there. All right, so just go ahead and trim this piece down. I'm going to turn this and we're going to cut this at 6 3/4. So I do need to bring out the arm here of my trimmer. And I'm going to measure 6 3/4. Just like that. And this is an extra scrap that you can use for something else. All right, now we're just going to fold this right in half. So I'm going to line up my edges here. And I'm going to bring in my bone folder again. And I'm going to give it a good press. Just like that. I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper that I measured at 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's going to be layered right on top. Now, I've cut a couple pieces, so use whichever one you find is the most interesting to you. I'm going to use this one. All right, and we're just going to adhere that right onto our front of our tag. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and use, let's see. I'm just looking for some adhesive. Oh, I might as well just use my seal. I have it right here. My Seal Plus here, and I'm just going to put some on the corners. Because this is super sticky, so. All right, I like to open this up so I can better layer it. All right, we have a really thin red edge there, and that's all you want. We will need a piece of basic white measured at the same thing our designer series paper was. So 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. we need to cut this down to 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that will be for the inside of our tag. So we'll just put a little adhesive on there. And center this right in our inside of our tag. And this is where you can leave your little note. All right. Now we're going to take our box and bring this back in. And we're just going to adhere this right to the front of the box. So make sure wherever your seam was, that's kind of towards the back. And whichever way you want to be the front, just have that in the front. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put enough adhesive on this one so that it really sticks. Because people are going to be lifting that tag, you want to make sure that that's on there really good. All right, so put this right there, just like that. Give it a good little press. I'm just putting my hand inside the box and kind of rubbing it a little bit. All right, the next thing that we'll need to do is take our ribbon here, and this is our, I don't even know which ribbon this one is. This is the, I want to say Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather Gross Grain ribbon. I'll have it in the comments so you know which one it is. And this is one of my least favorite chores, is trying to get these open. This is one of the things I always have a challenge with, because I'm always afraid that I'm going to cut my ribbon if I put my snips in there. So I'm just going to try and carefully pop that up without cutting my ribbon. All right, there we go. Okay, and I'm just going to make a little bow. You can use whatever ribbon you have handy. But I just want to make a nice, cute little purple bow. Tug on that a little bit. And we'll just adjust the bow to whatever size you want. There we go. Be the boss of your ribbon. Don't let it be the boss of you. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to give it a little snip here. Make sure your snips are sharp, because mine were not. And it's getting caught a little bit, because I have sticky stuff all over it. All right. So we're just going to put that right on the front, and I'm going to go ahead and just use a glue dot for that. So pull my handy dandy glue dots. And I'm just going to take my bow and decide which side of the bows you like. So I kind of like this side better, so that's the side I'm gonna put it on the back. So I have a glue dot there, and I'm gonna put this right in the front, just like that. Give it a good press, and that way it's going to stick nice. And now the next thing is we'll grab a small piece of paper here to use our punch. And I thought I had this already punched out, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so we have our little punch here. And this may be too big. We may have to switch it out, because I didn't try it out first. Oh, that'll work okay. All right, I'm going to keep that little piece here, because I'm going to need a little strip to cut out my Happy Valentines. So here we go. I'm going to grab my X and my O here. And I'm going to grab my Highland Heather. You can grab Gorgeous Grape. You can grab red. I think whatever your coordinating ribbon is what you want to do. So I'm going to put my little X here and my little O here. Trying to figure out which way I want that. Okay. And I'm going to bring this here. I do want to have a foam mat or a paper piercing mat, so that way I have some cushion underneath when I'm stamping, because I am using a photopolymer set. So let me just grab one of my foam pieces here. And I'm just grabbing on the Stamparatus here. And put this right here. Open our stamp pad. Ink up our stamps. Hello, Helen. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right on here. I'm going to stamp it a little bit lower, because I want to put my Happy Valentines towards the top. So I'm going to stamp it right here. Just like that. And now I'm going to take my handy dandy little scrub and clean that. And now we're going to grab another block just because I can. And I'm going to grab the Happy Valentines out of here. So this is where I said you want to keep your little scrap. So we'll get this inked up. I'm just going to cut it, stamp it right along the bottom there. Now if you have a scrap strip, so if you cut out you know, cardstock, like I usually cut my bunch of Whisper, my basic white, my berry vanilla, I cut them down to be card size, and I always have these strips left, so you could use your strip as well. But here we go, so we have that. We're just going to take our scissors and just go straight along there. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and then I'm gonna go trim a little bit off the bottom here, just like that. And I'm going to trim down my words. So I've got day and cut between the Happy and the Valentines. All right, let's get these put up on here. So we will be using some you know these things, the mini mini dimensionals. Oh my goodness, I couldn't remember what I was talking about at the moment. I haven't quite had my lunch yet, and I haven't had enough caffeine today. So, all right, so we're gonna put that there. Oh, I need to trim this part of this Happy off. It's a little too long. All right, let's put our dimensionals on our Valentine. And love this set. We actually did our January class to go with this stamp set. Really cute projects. In my classes to go, I try to do cards and projects so you don't just have cards. I will be starting a card club where it will be all cards instead of projects too. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna center it right there, just like that. Close my little stamp pad. And we'll go ahead and put this right on the front of our box. So you can use dimensionals and pop it up even further. You can use your liquid glue. You can use your seal, whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and use my liquid glue here. I thought about using dimensionals for a moment, but I decided I wanted to. Okay, well, maybe I will because my glue is dried out and doesn't want to come out. All right, so I guess we'll use more dimensionals. So I'm going to bring in dimensionals here. Come on, there we go. But cute, cute, cute little treat box. Something actually pretty quick and easy to make. It doesn't require a whole lot. So if you have a trimmer with a scoring blade and a cutting blade, you can just use that trimmer. You don't necessarily need to have that scoring tool I used. I do like my scoring tool. I do use that pretty frequently. Okay, so this is our little box. Let's put in our treat bag here. And I think I have some treats off to my side here. So let's see what I have. Open this up. And I do happen to have some handy dandy little treats. So I'm going to pour those in there. And let's go ahead and I think I have a couple more to throw in there. Oh yeah. I always have treats and candies in my studio here because I like to throw some of those in my classes, my clubs. All right. So we've got our little bag of hearts here. Those happen to be Dove chocolate hearts. So now we need to finish this bag off. So what we'll do is we'll just take a strip of our ribbon here, and we're just going to tie a little knot right around there. You can tie a bow if you'd like, or not, whichever you feel like doing. Or if you don't have candies to fill in there, you can put whatever little gifty thing you want in there. It's a big enough box to fit quite a few things. All right, so there we go. Our little treat bag, our little box, and our little tag. Quick little Valentine's treat. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great afternoon and the rest of the week. Hey, we're almost to the weekend. Take care and have a wonderful hump day.